S is for spirit. H is for holy. I is for intercessory. P is for proven through trials in the fiery fire. Isaiah 33:23. Thy tacklings are loosed. They could not well strengthen their mast. They could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided. The lame take the prey. It is said a ship is designed to take you places. So if your companionship, friendship, partnership, or relationship isn't taking you anywhere, then it's best to abandon that ship. But there is a ship that through the great wind, mighty tempests in the sea, storms and even of drought, even as a potter molds his clay, the irons of the ship endure to rout. Unbeknownst to the vessel, it is being tasked to withstand the test of times and the end of times. The ShipMaster has secured an anchor for you, an anchor that is often misused or overlooked, the living book, the Bible. During trials, tribulations, and temptations, hold fast to this anchor. Stop, fear, meditate, pray, and have patience, faith, long-suffering, temperance, love, and trust. The ShipMaster has provided a lifeboat for you. When you're overwhelmed with frustration, anxiety, depression, and insecurity, He will rescue you. You have free will to acknowledge help is needed, and you can't travel this journey alone. Raise your arm with the signal mast in your hand. Cry out and say, I accept the true living water and the eternal water of life, which is Christ. Isaiah 40:10 tells us, Behold, the Lord God will come with strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. Now with a cheerful and joyful heart and mind, walk across the bridge wings, that narrow path to greet the ShipMaster. Just as much as we should pray and wave our signal mast, the ShipMaster is steering and navigating constantly, awaiting for you to call on him through our circumstances, situations, trials, and tribulations. Remember when the disciples were alone on the ship without Christ? Matthew 14:24. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And Matthew 14:27 tells us, But straightway Christ spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Christ. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Christ stretched forth his hand and caught him. May you be edified, inspired, determined, willed, and prepared to walk with Christ as you journey on the narrow path and ask to be steered and navigated toward the righteous path of God's kingdom.